Alright, so the wall, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, sanitation to the brothers who's pushing his word in truth and sincerity and with charity, and risking their lives and freedom to do so. This is Brother Young God coming from the great millstone, Chicago Camp Connection with not messing. No one's edifying. Quick scripture of the day, you know, you don't want to have this mindset where you can't take rebuke, you know, and you make an excuse. You know, when brothers are questioning your ass and getting on your ass of why you can't make class, you know, why can't you aren't your videos up to date or what's going on? You know, just checking in on you. You know, 'cause that's one thing. Um, you know, over here in Great Millstone, as we check in on our brother, you know, check in with one another. You know, over here in Chicago, you know, we have a whole system. You know, to where it's order. You know, brothers just gather reports, you know, basically, you know, making sure that brothers are up to par, you know, of the due diligence, you know, whether um, just going to class, you know, it's nothing drastic, it's nothing like, you know, like these damn wicked ass churches, you know, keeping tabs on your ass or sending your ass an email and no man, just checking with one another, making sure brothers are pushing this word, you know, make sure brothers are in the spirit, you know, making sure they don't go back into the world, you know, just hey, being our brother's keeper, you know, and when you start seeing a brother lack, or even yourself, you know, you don't want to be that person where you get offended at the rebuke. You don't want to be told anything, you know. Always try to tell brothers, you know, don't pay attention to how the message is being delivered. Pay attention to the actual message, you know, because you can get offended because the brother's cussing your ass out, you know, or you can just take it lightly because the brother didn't cuss your ass out, gave you a light rebuke, and you don't even think what you did is going off or consider it, you know. Well, pay attention to the message, you know. If you believe, you know, that we're men of the Lord, you know, that brother's a man of the Lord, the Lord's, you know, speaking through these men to get you on board, to get you right. And, you know, brothers don't nitpick shit. And, you know, we, you know, march in line, you know, very simple. Making sure brothers just stay in the spirit, you know, don't get entangled with these worldly affairs, you know, and just pushing this word, man, you know, because we're about our Father's business, you know, but you can find yourself to where it's like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't even do a sit down. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't make class. You know, and you make up every fucking excuse of why you cannot do these things. You know, but when it comes to everything else falls in line with your schedule. You know, your work schedule. You know, your lunch break. You know, your dinner. You know, your gym time. Your folly. Everything else falls in schedule. It's just so hard to fit in. The Lord is completely ass backwards. You know, fitting time for the Lord to pray, to fast, to read, watch sit downs, go to class, do sit downs, present your body as a living sacrifice. You don't want to come up with all these excuses. Hey, there's a brother, a blood brother, Daniel out here, you know, damn near, and he was a damn near Golden Glove champion. You know, he is in my eyes. You know, but that brother told me one time that he was in the ring and he was making every excuse to why he can't beat this guy. And his coach told him, don't make up excuses why to lose. Think of all the excuses to win. You know, and that's the mindset. We have to have a winning mindset. We don't want to be wicked. We don't want to be receive the judgments of the wicked, what they're fucking about to get. And really, the judgment about to be way worse because Scripture talks about it's better for you to have not known the ways. Yeah, you'll be beat with many stripes. That's a paraphrase. All right. So, you know, you don't want to fall into that category. And now, go ahead. You can't put your flesh under subjection. Now you make an excuse for why you can't be. You're not producing anything for the Lord. You know, and that's not a winning mentality. The scripture, very scripture has been on my spirit. You don't want to make excuses. You know, to lose, man. Make every excuse to win. Jay show up to work for Esau, clock in, clock out. You're supposed to get paid at the end of the day. Jay gotta wait 2, 3 weeks. Sometimes you even get the first paycheck. You have to trust in Esau reward. Getting that paycheck, how much more the Lord? These are all deposits. You know, treasures in the heavens, man. But let me go ahead and read Sirach 32 and 17. It says, a sinful man would not be reproved, but finding an excuse according to his will. A lot of these motherfuckers that fell out, they always had an excuse. They still had an excuse. Now they're spewing out madness. you know, Jay is out here lost, man. And these sinful men. These motherfuckers are wicked, man. Alright? We ain't trying to be in that category, man. Alright? To make every excuse, to lose. We have to make every excuse to win. Me personally, once I'm done with my sit downs, I can actually enjoy a little folly. Go ahead and watch a movie, or go out to the movies, you know, instead of having that uh, um in the back of my head, like, damn, I gotta do my sit down. Damn, I didn't get to do my sit down. Damn, you know. Hey, but The simple man don't give a fuck like, oh damn, I was too big. Oh no, I gotta go to work. Oh shit, on the way to work, I can't do a sit down because I'm using GPS or that's all excuses or you know, Jake, they make things for the Jake make time for the things they want to do. You know, you can't do the sit downs, you can't go to class, you can't do these things, but yeah, you find time to do a 30 to an hour workout. You got time to go out eat with your bitch. You got time to play with your kids. You got time to get an 8 hour full rest. You got time for all these things that's unbeneficial, but what benefit, what is beneficial is doing the work, being about our Father's business. That's first and foremost. You know, you don't want to go ahead and start making excuses. I'll be lying to you saying that I never made an excuse or try to come up with excuses, but then shit, you rebuke those thoughts, right? Like, hell no, what the fuck? How silly do you fucking sound? Oh, I can't. I'm too tired. I don't. No, man. You know, there's one nigga in the camp. My brother asked him, "Hey, let me give me a ride back to the crib. Over here bought groceries for the crib." The motherfucker said, "Nah, I'm playing. I'm a little busy playing my game." Sure behold, nigga ended up showing his true colors and being a straight nigga, falls out the camp, just spewing madness, man. And the rest of them, man. You know, I ain't trying to, make an excuse why I can't pray or why this or why I can't fast or why I can't, you know, do your sit down. You know, this is the whole duty of man. Fear the Lord. Follow His laws, commandments. You know, all right. But hey, man, we don't make excuses to lose. We make excuses to win. This is Sirach 32 and 17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. You know, and it's a beauty when you're getting reproved. The Lord's trying to get you right. These niggas just waking, man. You don't want to be wicked. Cut them demons. Cut them with the scriptures. You know, Jake made time for the things they want to do. This is our delight. This is what we should want to do. This is what we should wake up. And damn, what else can I do for the Lord? That's when Jake starts getting pride and only thinking about their damn selves, man. You wouldn't have half the shit you don't have anything you have if it weren't for the Lord, man. The Lord take that shit right from your ass, man. You know? And Jay want to question why these life is falling apart and why things going south, you know. But that was it. Lord, as I find scripture today, until next time, shalom and a Bible ball.